India, one of the fastest growing economies in the world, has seen a renewed focus on manufacturing in the recent years. Delhi, India's federal capital, houses the corporate office of the leading blower and vacuum pump manufacturing company, Everest Blowers Group. Bahadurgarh, an industrial hub of Haryana, is home to the world-class manufacturing facilities of the Everest Blowers Group. Spread over 150,000 square feet, 250 plus employees with a capacity to manufacture 14,400 blowers per annum. This is the pressure division, ready to meet the future demands of twin-lobe, tri-lobe and turbo blower globally. The largest manufacturer of roots blowers in the country and among the big names in whole of Southeast Asia, providing a solution-oriented approach. In close vicinity is another facility spread over 150 plus employees. The vacuum division is the new and fast-growing company. The first and only Indian company to have successfully manufactured dry screw vacuum pumps in-house. Saluting the Make in India initiative, a current installed capacity to manufacture over 600 dry screw pumps per year with state-of-the-art, best-in-class mother machinery. Both these companies combine to form the Everest Group, a name synonymous with the world's highest mountain, the Mount Everest. Not just the same name, Everest Group has the same values too, to set benchmarks of performance, provide value for our customers, and to become the top solution provider of pressure and vacuum systems in Asia. The Everest Blowers Group, with its two divisions, has been scaling heights ever since its inception, becoming the largest blower and vacuum pump company in India. Since the early days, the Everest Blowers Group has been standing tall, towering above all other manufacturers of high-quality equipments in India.
For me, it's a business I've been doing for the last 38 years. I belong to a service background, with my father being a government lawyer. As an engineer by qualification and years of experience, today I am proud to steer one of the fastest growing high-tech manufacturing companies of the country. I was fortunate to have hands-on experience in every department, design to production, to sales and marketing, having sufficient exposure which has been used constructively towards the growth of the company. Supported by a pool of young talented Indians, we have always focused on solution-oriented approach and application engineering, creating new markets for our product. This has given us an edge over competition. Current economic indicators project a very encouraging image of India as a robust, fast-growing economy with least risks. The world is bullish on India, and so am I, on the growth of Everest. We have a strong succession plan with highly competent second generation to carry on the mantle of Everest growth and legacy. We wish them all the success.
Under the Everest Blowers Group umbrella, many world-class products are manufactured in both the pressure and vacuum division. In 1998, Everest Blowers Group went on to get its first ISO certification and also crossed international borders by exporting the products overseas. Over the years, Everest Blowers Group has made sure that it has abided by all industry norms through various certifications. The Everest Blowers Group has been associated with many different industrial giants from different verticals, bagging prestigious orders from them. An innovative thinking and approach has made the company excel in many first-time achievements. Everest installed their first CNC machine in mid-2000s and since then has increased number of equipments to cater to the growing demand of the market. Everest started manufacturing their range of tri-lobe blowers as a more efficient alternative for reduction in noise and vibrations. The group has received accolades and admirations in the recent years, touching the sky. The vacuum systems facility also started a dedicated unit to cater to the needs of complete skid-mounted systems requirements of our customers. The vacuum division is currently manufacturing around 350 to 400 complete skid-mounted vacuum systems annually, with a very wide industrial base spread across various applications. The Everest Blowers Group is proud of its journey in scaling new heights and is in the pursuit of excellence. We are following latest industrial practices of Kaizen, 5S, and other lean manufacturing techniques. To always remain connected with our stakeholders, we are available on all the leading digital platforms and have an online complaint portal, technical manuals, and a vacuum calculator.
It's been a little over 8 years since I've joined our family business, and we've experienced good growth with some diversification. I really enjoy what I do, as every day is a new learning of something interesting helping us serve our customers better. So at Everest, we believe in very strong fundamentals of quality and innovation. We are the first and only company in India to have manufactured dry screw vacuum pumps, mechanical vapor recompressors, amongst many other products. With presence in the Indian market for over 3 decades and more than 150,000 equipments successfully installed, running in 38 countries worldwide, we are a trusted brand. Our vision is to further build and sustain a positive relationship with our customers, to have an innovative and motivated work environment, and to ensure a bright future for all our stakeholders.
The Everest Blowers Group, standing tall like Mount Everest, reaching for the sky, now and forever.
Hello everyone, good evening. I'm Chetna Sharma, representing EverestVacum, the brand of Everest Blower Systems Private Limited. Today we are going to deliver you our 6th webinar, which is being organized on high vacuum pump for waste oil and used oil recycling and re-refining process. As you know, we already conducted our 5 webinars, which you can find out from our YouTube portal if you want to go through that. And today, as I explain you, like it's on the waste oil. So the content which we will cover in this webinar are the content on this webinars are: first, we will give you a short brief about Everest Vacuum. As you already know, Everest have around 40 years of experience in delivering industrial vacuum pumps to not only in the India but worldwide. And the speakers who will be in this webinar are Mr. Rakesh Ahuja, who is the General Manager Sales, who is taking care of Everest vacuum segments, and who have a vast experience in industrial products. And another speaker is Mr. Nishant Mathur, who is a key account manager and who have more than 10 years of experience in the industrial products. So moving forward, the in this webinar, we will explain you about the waste oil, which is the main agenda of this webinar. how the waste oil re-refining process, the rule of vacuum in waste oil and re-refining, features, benefit and advantages of Everest vacuum system, case study and cost benefit analysis as we explained you earlier. Similarly, we will explain you by taking care of one of our case study. Then we will explain you about the contamination and how we can control them, and how we will also explain you the learn and how you can overcome your common mistakes and make your operation more efficient. Explain We will also explain rule of 2030. Then, like always, there will be a Q&A box, so I would like to request everyone put your question in a Q&A box, and we will try to give answers to each and every question of yours as per the time permits. So moving ahead, I would like to request Mr. Rakesh Ahuja.
Thank you, Chetna. Once again, a very warm welcome to all of you to have been able to spare your time to join us on this wonderful journey of a series of webinars that Everest Vacuum Division has embarked upon, today being the 6th of them. Now, let me introduce you to our company. It's a 13-year young company which started with the objective of providing turnkey vacuum solutions. Through our parent Everest Group, we were already manufacturing and supplying mechanical vacuum boosters to our customers. During this course, we realized that there were hardly any structured players in this segment, providing complete engineered skid-mounted vacuum systems, rightly sized to the customer process requirements. So what were the customers typically doing? They were purchasing vacuum pumps and boosters separately from different companies, integrating it themselves. And obviously that meant facing issues around sizing, jamming, condensate carryover, leading to frequent pump failure, and in a sense, drop in operational efficiency. That's when the management of Everest decided to work in a structured way and offer a complete comprehensive solution on turnkey basis to our customers. We studied the customer requirements and processes with over 3 decades of our experience, and we started successfully engineering the most effective and optimized vacuum solution so that our customers can focus on their strengths and treat vacuum more as a utility than a capex. This led to the inception of EverestVacum. At Everest, we have a mission 555. Our mission is to provide innovative engineering solutions in the entire range of vacuum by having state-of-the-art technology, optimized design, excellence in R&D and manufacturing with thrust on training and development of our employees, continuously expanding our operations, markets and possibilities of collaboration to service our customers better. And therefore our mission, to turn the needle from 50 CR to 500 CR in a span of 5 years. And that's how our mission statement, mission 555. Now let me try and introduce you to what are the different product offerings that we have under EverestVacum. So we manufacture dry screw vacuum pumps. We are the only dry screw vacuum pump manufacturer in India. We manufacture mechanical vacuum boosters. We also integrate all, including the relevant accessories, to provide industrial oblique engineered vacuum systems. We also sell liquid ring based, which is also called as semi-dry vacuum systems, oil ring based, similarly known as semi-dry vacuum systems. We also import and aggregate rotary vane vacuum systems, pumps and systems. And we also sell what is more commonly known as low temperature thermal evaporation in the form of either zero liquid discharge or mechanical vapor recompression. And therefore, our promise to our customers is to ensure that we provide clean, reliable and sustainable vacuum, improve product yield through deeper and consistent vacuum, cost and space saving by right sizing, reduce batch cycle times, and in turn providing our customers with reduced operational costs. Once again, a very warm welcome to you. Back to you, Chetna.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rakesh, for giving such a good brief about Everest product. And now I would like to request Mr. Nishant Mathur, who will explain you about the whole process on the waste oil and how we can re-refine the waste oil. So, Mr. Nishant Mathur.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for all of you to come over here by sparing some of your valuable time to attend this webinar. I hope you all are keeping safe in this pandemic situation and using masks and hand sanitizers always. So today's topic, as Chetna has described you, that high vacuum pumps for waste oil or used oil recycling process. So as we all are familiar that waste oil is a oil which has lost its properties as a result of any of the use into the motors, any of the vehicles, any electrical industry, or into the chemical industries or process industries, wherever we are using them, and the impurities gets mixed with them like dirt, metal, scrapping, water, or chemicals. So it makes oil lose its properties and it is of no use until and unless it has been recycled. So this oil has to be replaced with a clean oil to complete the job basically. So what is a used oil is examples of used oil includes the used motor oil, used hydraulic fluid, electrical insulating oil, transmission fluids, compressor oils, and cutting oils, which we are regularly using into our day-to-day life. So most of the vehicles, when we lubricate them for proper functioning and smoothing of their operations, this keeps on depleting over a period of time and we need to replace it. So where this oil goes, we need to recycle it to make it refit for reuse, basically. As you all are familiar with the government norms across the globe, all countries who are generating waste oil have to retreat and reuse them within their countries by adopting latest and most feasible methods of re-refining. So we'll take you through some of the methods of re-refining being widely used or are upcoming into the market. So there are types of vacuum distillation we will discuss. There are two types. One is batch distillation, or we call it as direct distillation. Another one is a continuous process being performed with wiped film distillation method and thin film distillation method. So as most of us are familiar and are already doing these processes in their premises, so direct distillation is one of the process where we are feeding in the complete batch and then taking out the fractions out of the waste oil. The fractions majorly includes your water, diesel, light lube and heavy lube. The rest balance is remaining the bottom, which is being used for I think road making, being as a bitumen component. So majorly people are doing it like this. So in a batch distillation, you have limitation of heating, basically being concentric onto a particular section where you are actually giving it not evenly distributed, which leads to extensive hydrocarbon cracking in the waste oil. This hydrocarbon cracking may lead to pollutants and gas generation, which are escaping to the environment and can create a pungent smell around the plant. Coming on to the continuous process, there is a evaporator which you guys can see over here. I'll just take a pointer here. Yeah. So this is an evaporator which is having a wipers inside. The feed is coming from this side and falling into this evaporator walls. What these wipers are doing is they are actually forming a slick on the surface of the evaporator so that the contact area of this oil can increase. So your heating gets more efficient when you do this wiping of the surface. Here you have chances of getting 99% of your product's expectation. This is thin film evaporation. It is also a similar kind of process as wiped film distillation, and it also includes a wiper, but this is a single wiper which is being used and circulate across the surfaces. It also forms a thin slick, and which helps you in evaporating the waste oil and the fractions more easily and extract them out of your process. Nowadays, most of the people are moving towards continuous process, seeking the competition in the market and utilizing their, increasing their production cost basically. This is a layout of a typical usual redefining setup. I have taken it for a batch distillation setup. So here you can see this is a complete reactor or a vessel which is getting heated from the bottom. The feed is fed in inside. This is a packing we have included over here just so that the heavy vapors can settle down back. It's a kind of a short path you can understand or a reflex process. The partial condensers are connected to the vessel, which helps you in condensing the required fractions of the waste oil out of the waste oil and get collected into the receiver. The receiver is further distributed among four base products that we have just now discussed: the water, diesel, light lube, and heavy lube. The receiver, the process, entire process, this is we call as a system volume, is connected to a vacuum pumping system, which helps you in achieving the desired vacuum levels based on the process needs. We will elaborate more onto the vacuum system in the coming slide. So what is the role of vacuum pumping system in redefining? It helps you in achieving higher vacuum level, that is less than 1 torr absolute. It's a continuous duty operation. What this vacuum will help you in reducing the process temperatures in the tune of 260 to 310 degrees Celsius. Earlier days, the people are distilling this waste oil under high temperatures, which is leading to the churning in the waste oil, leading to more hydrocarbon cracking and generation of effluents into the environment. So eliminating those all things, we have reduced the process temperatures down, increasing the quality of the product. This reduced pressure, temperature, and high vacuum in the process, also the correct sizing of the system, helps you in achieving the desired batch time. So with the process time has came down from 6 to 8 hours, sorry, in between 6 to 8 hours from 12 hours. So now you can have an additional batch in a day. These systems ensure you 99% of the recovery due to the high vacuum, lower temperature, and best evacuation that you are doing. So it gives you ensure a 99% product recovery over here. With the vacuum, when the temperatures are under control, you get to evaporate the light lube and the heavy lube at a lesser temperature, which actually increases your production plus your quality of the oil, that is the color. So when you get a good color, the market price is obviously better as compared to any other manufacturer or refiner. High vacuum pumping system, we'll take you through an introduction of what kind of systems we are offering and how they can be beneficial. So Everest is having its own milestone product as oil cyst. So we call this on the left hand side, if you can see the system, we call this system an oil cyst vacuum pumping system, high vacuum pumping system. As you can see, the machine is, the pumps are coupled with mechanical vacuum boosters over here, a cyclone separator and various other accessories in line for the process requirement. So you can have 2 or 3 boosters based on the process speed or the evaporation rate, which will help you in re-refining in a lesser time and to handle heavy process carryovers. The pumps are usually having good sealing structures. We use mechanical seals over here, which help you in preventing the flow of unwanted vapors into the pump or into the lubrication side, preventing and ensuring more life of the pump. The system, as I have indicated, are including the cyclone separator. The purpose here is to control the carryovers inside the pumps and to stop the movement of foreign particles over there. Because the waste oil includes a lot of impurities, as we have indicated earlier. It can have metal scraps, cloths, threads, and other various other things which needs to be stopped before a vacuum pump. We also have an inline filter and a condenser to stop the carryovers that are escaping from the pre-condensers installed or the partial condensers. in order to stop and in order to improve the efficiency of the pumps, because while we are doing a compression, we need to maintain some clearances as well. So in order to not to obstruct the operation of the machine, we use these filters and traps. We already have, Everest has a wide range of supplies all across the globe. We currently have almost or more than 200 machines running worldwide. Majorly, we have a market share in Africa, Middle East, and America, South America. We have very good customers working out and efficiently and enjoying the benefits in their processes with the quality oil they are getting. With all these things, Everest vacuum systems are amongst the technologically most advanced iteration of the product available in the market. Our engineering team continuously keep benchmarking it to the competition and customer complaints to further iterate and improve on the design. Why use an oil system? So you all are aware of various kinds of vacuum pumps available in the market. Let it be an oil ring vacuum pump or liquid ring vacuum pump, dry vane pumps, dry screw vacuum pumps. So why typically we are emphasizing on oil assist vacuum pumps? See, there are various benefits associated with an oil assist vacuum pumps. First and the foremost is they are easy to maintain and operate. The systems are standard. These are optimized as per the customer use, completely skid mounted, ready to use packages with all the safety interlocks we are offering. So we have a dedicated and specially designed control panel to operate all these pumps, which either can be mounted on the skid as you can see in the photograph, or can be connected in your panel room through a wire. We already have given 200 pumps as we have indicated, and this is not specifically to the waste or re-refining market. This includes all food processing industries where we have different medias inside the pump to be used based on the requirement of the industry. So these pumps are quite efficient in terms of offering vacuum. With these systems, we go up to a vacuum level of 0.5 torr absolute under blank of conditions. So as explained by Mr. Rakesh, our mission has always been to continually offer new and superior industrial solutions to the world market for industries and applications with an objective to ensure the lowest total cost of ownership for our customers. In Everest, we are not only offering you a system, but we are also providing you solutions. Our aim is to understand and analyze your processes so that we can provide you with the correct improvements and resolutions with our machines. This is a typical PNID of the system that we were showing you in the previous slides. So as you can see here, this is your process line which gets connected to our cyclone separator. Here we take out the foreign particles out and try to take out majorly whatever be the condensates to here, this point. And this line goes to the vacuum boosters. We have 2 boosters in series in this particular PNID. We also have a combination of 3 and 4 boosters as per the process. So here we are offering you a 10,400 meter cube booster and 3,000 in between. This is further connected to an interstage condenser, which helps you in condensing the carryover like diesel and the light lube. Also, we are providing a filter over here, which acts as a extra safety equipment before we move the vapors into the pumps and exhaust. So these pumps, as we have explained, are oil assist vacuum pumps. These are being circulated with oil. The oil can be your base oil as well. So this is the major advantage, that whatever you are refining is actually offering you a benefit in operations by utilizing your own source that you are creating. We have very good limited like controlled power connections with our systems. We utilize the efficiency to the fullest. We follow the engineering practices. We operate under permissible RPMs and frequency of the site. These oil assist pumps are connected in parallel. So you must be thinking why we have connected 2 pumps, why not 1? There's a logic behind it. See, the pumps, if we choose of a higher capacity to be connected in a single machine, the reliability will be more onto the single pump. Now, when we have two pumps, even in case of some issues during the operation, your one pump can be acting as a hogging unit, and one can keep on working in a partial feed consumption, feed distillation, or you can actually utilize your time. Basically, you can reduce down the feed and you can run single pump, and in the meantime you can maintain or inline another pump as well. So this will help you as a hogging unit. Secondary, the maintenance part, as we have indicated, the maintenance of smaller pumps are easy. They are easy to unmount and dismantle, reassemble, and the spare parts availability and the cost of maintenance is quite reasonable in terms of smaller capacity. These pumps are also connected to a air liquid separator unit, which separates the exhaust vapors and the carryover into different portions. The lighter vapors move out to the environment through the vent. The heavier part goes into the pipelines. Through a recirculation pump, we have a PHE, plate heat exchanger, connected, which will help you in cooling down the temperature of these recirculated oil and will feed in back to the oil assist vacuum pumps. So what we are doing here, we are actually saving out on your sealant fluid. We are trying to reutilize in an efficient way the fluid being circulated inside the pumps. This is a typical GA of the discussions that we are doing. You can see the compact design that we are offering, including every required accessory and machinery. This is a graph that will take you through the actual process temperatures versus the fractions that we are trying to take out from our waste oil. So as you can see, this blue line is indicating the bottom kettle temperature. So this is a reactor kettle temperature which this line is indicating, and this line is actually the vapors line, the top temperature basically. So as you can see, the heating starts around 120, 130 degrees Celsius. And as we keep on going, the evaporation of water mixed with diesel starts at around 160 to 180 degrees Celsius. This is the lightest portion and the lowest boiling product in your waste oil, which starts getting evaporated at a considerable low temperature, as it used to be previous under atmospheric conditions. Also, you get a good recovery of approximately 12% of diesel and in the tune of 180 to 215 degrees Celsius under operation. So your diesel starts early, coming out early, which helps you in maintaining the quality of your light lube and heavy lube. Because if the diesel doesn't come out completely, the light lube cannot be separated out of it. So you go on a light lube section at a temperature of 215 to 265 degrees centigrade. This is the major advantage where you earn major benefits, because if this section gets completed early, the most expensive and the best part of the heavy lube comes out, which we are actually completing out below 300 degrees centigrade. This is an average temperature that we have noted down in some of the processes. The max temperature that we have seen till now in any of the process through our pumps are 327 degrees Celsius. So which the process which used to take place at a temperature of more than 350, 400 is now getting completed within 327 degrees centigrade. So you can easily understand the benefits associated with it. Your lesser temperature will help you in increasing the color and quality of your oil. You need to blend in less additives into it for improving its quality and the color. The odor is very limited to these fresh, light and heavy lube oil, because you don't have any churning happening due to high temperature. There is no hydrocarbon chain breaking happening in heating. So you have no smell into the final products. The results from a typical waste or re-refining process with EverestVacum system. So now we will take you through a typical example of a refinery where the practical study has been made with our vacuum systems. So this is a table which will show you that how much feed per batch we have taken. It is 20 kL, 20,000 liters. The moisture content present in any of the total feed, we count it as 5% usually. So the total actual quantity that is coming under distillation is 19 kL, 19 kL, 19,000 liters. So the fractions being distilled under vacuum is heavy lube, which is almost 52%, equal to 9,900 liters. Light lube, 4,000 liters, balancing out to 21% of the total feed under distillation. Diesel 12%, as I have indicated, coming out to 2,300 liters. In case you have any other fuel component into the waste oil, that can be treated under this table. But the percentage will remain and vary between 12 to 14%. So the total approximately is around 85% of the major fractions of the waste oil. Now seeing the trap, what introduction we have given you is like we are offering you interstage condenser and trapping units. So what you get out of it is water plus diesel, which is almost 1% of the total product that you are doing under distillation. Obviously, the process of waste oil includes the bottom to come up. There will be some residue which always remain in picture. So what we have observed here is 12% of the bottom will come out. That is 2,300 liters, equal to the quantity of diesel. So this bottom is being used in various road making activities, used in charcoal or bitumen manufacturing companies are using it. It is used as a building substitute as well in some of the countries. People use it in fixing and doing some sealing kind of things in industries and household activities, household projects. So the grand total comes out to be 98% plus minus 1%. So based on this, if you see, we only have a loss on distillation as 2%. Remaining 98% we are assuring you as return. Everything in the waste oil is being utilized for some of the applications. Like heavy lube is used for further making the oil qualities. Light lube is still being sold to blending purpose. Diesel we can reutilize into our plants in the gensets or in other some cleaning applications. So there are everything being utilized somewhere, somehow, and which gives you a total benefit of 98% recovery over here. This is a typical result for distillation by Everest vacuum pumping system. How we are claiming it. This is the waste oil, you can see the quality of the oil. This is what we have refined from our system, and this is what the customer makes in the base oil after doing the addition of additives into it, making it more refined for reuse purpose. So we give you a good quality of oil from Everest vacuum pumping system. Taking you to the operating principle of the vacuum system, we are offering the system with various safety interlocks. We have control on the carbon carryover, carryover vapors into the process or the vacuum pumps. With this, we are offering you various filter traps, condensers, catch pods, and separators, as we have explained you. We have various safety provisions and interlocks into the systems, leading to the better efficiency of the vacuum pumps into the process. Also, in addition, we have designed and incorporated a special closed loop system. As I just told you, that the sealant fluid inside the liquid ring pump has been used, recycled and reutilized back into the pump to a certain limit. The main advantage that we have told you is recirculation, water cooled circuit, the reused sealing fluid, that is a base oil. Whatever the circuit you are having, you can use sealant fluid as your refined base oil. So it is a continual cycle. You need not to invest on any other thing like water, glycol, or any other media inside the pump. Use the same oil that you are re-refining, and once it is contaminated, feed it back into the re-refining vessel. So you are actually making it a closed loop cycle, saving out on operation cost to a big extent. We have a separator at the discharge end before we recirculate this pump, which ensures 98% efficiency. The vapors and the air get separated out, and only the flue gases, limited flue gases, move out to the environment, giving you 98% of the recovery of the sealant fluid as well. We have, like I have told you, these systems are very popular among the waste oil refining applications. But besides this, we are catering to various industrial segments. It includes chemical, pharma, food, and general vacuum applications where pick and place and other kind of things, transferring purpose. A lot of things we are doing. But majorly, if you replace the oil part of the sealant and you fix it up with the glycol, you can use the same machines into the food industries. So as we have discussed earlier also, why use an oil cyst? So because of the provisions that we are using, oil cyst consumes same sealant fluid. It gives you recycling of the same sealant fluid. It reutilizes the filters and other things, helps you in stopping the carryover inside the pumps. The suction capacity with the oil circulation is better inside the pumps. It gives you a good vacuum level as compared to another vacuum pump of liquid ring or oil vane pumps. It offers you a vacuum level of around 20 torr under blank of conditions. So as we have a recirculation system over here, so you can understand that there is no need to add on or getting top up of all the sealing fluid inside this complete setup. Your sealing fluid is getting recycled again and again and offering you a good operational cost save. No investment required, nothing. Thus, these systems are termed as semi-dry systems. Now we'll take you on to a typical problems in a conventional wet waste lube oil redefining process. So as you all must be familiar with the types of vacuum systems from our older times, including the jet ejector systems, your liquid ring vacuum pumping system, water jet systems, and then coming on to the oil system, semi-dry and dry. So in jet vacuum systems, you must have noticed there are a lot of accessories to maintain. There are a lot of fluctuations in the vacuum, the consistency, the displacement, many issues are there, which we'll take you through in this slide. The first and the foremost is odor inside and around the plant. So as we just now discussed that once we are overheating any of the product that is being fed into the kettle, it will lead to churning and hydrocarbon cracking, which increases the pungent smell out of it. And definitely it is going to be surrounding your complete plant and the area around it, which leads to hazardous gases moving in, the people getting affected, lot of restrictions by the pollution control bodies, and leading to ultimately damage of your production focus and the productivity basically. Second is disposal of hazardous waste, slurry and toxic material. As I hope you all must have gone through this phase when we used to take out these heavy lubes and light lubes using acid clay treatment. So this acid clay treatment used to happen in all the countries earlier, but now it is banned in almost all the countries, seeking its toxicity into the disposals that we do. Because ultimately, whatever be the waste is coming out, we need to get it dumped into the ground. There is no other way to flush it off to the seas or rivers, basically. So this disposal of hazardous waste is now gone because you are reducing the process temperatures and getting the recovery of 98%. This helps you when you are getting everything out. You need not to incorporate any third extracting media to take all these materials out. So it is all gone with our vacuum pumping system. Excess carbon carryover into the pumps, it is quite related to the second point. Since we are operating in the high vacuum and low temperature ranges, the carbon cracking is not happening. So we save out on carbon carryover, which enhances the life of the machines performing into the vacuum generation. Access process carryover vapors into the backup pumps. Earlier, when we were doing these kind of distillations using conventional methods, the process carryovers are more because we were not being able to gauge the exact capacity requirement, the displacement of the gases, and the vacuum requirement. Similarly, we were not able to size the pumps because we are not aware of the flow of the gases. So we were not able to condense all these gases, which excessively comes into the vacuum pumps as carryover and leads to loss of the product into the process. Process vacuum variation during operations. See, all these steam ejectors, water jet ejectors are entirely dependent on some of the fluid, which is majorly steam in ejectors, and in water jet it's water. So these have properties to fluctuate based on their backup being provided. So sometimes we have seen that steam is being required in some other section of the plant. So we have shifted the steam to some other location, which results in a lower down of the pressure and quantity, resulting in fluctuations in the vacuum and displacement. These can be maintained well in the plant, but the persons operating them has no control on the figures they are floating in the ejectors. So this is one of the obsolete process which now everyone is moving out, seeing the steam cost and the PCB norms. High maintenance in old system like steam ejector and backup pumps. So as we all are aware that these are not having any moving parts, but yes, they have connected accessories and equipments which helps in generation of steam or circulating of water. If they are gone, the maintenance time and the cost will be incurred heavily onto the complete setup. High process cycle time. Since we are unable to size and gauge the vacuum requirement, we were not being able to control the process cycle time. So with our mechanical vacuum pumping systems, you get to understand what actually you need in your process, how much vacuum is required, and what condensation media you should use in your condensers along with the size of the condenser, so that you get out maximum of your product within a limited time, a controlled time. Complex sequence of operation. So since opening up one ejector after another ejector, then third ejector, controlling the steam flow in everywhere, opening the valves, closing the valves, partially opening the valves, leading to a lot of complex sequences of operation. Sometimes we miss out on something and lead to damage in the process, complete batches going off of the production. It is actually very troublesome in maintaining these kind of operations in earlier days. So this has now completely been eliminated with Everest vacuum pumping systems, where we are offering you single push button operation. You need not to operate anything, just connect your process line and give us the power connections. We'll put on one button, it will give you entire operation without any trouble. So this is the cost benefit analysis after we have discussed so far onto the vacuum system and the process. And this is also on the same case study that we have showed you earlier. So this is the process is waste oil and re-refining. Distillation is under vacuum. The pumping capacity we are offering here is 10,400 meter cube per hour. The vacuum in the process is 0.5 torr absolute. The vacuum system that we have nomenclature here is OilSys 2.5. And the old type of system with which we are comparing is 3-stage steam jet ejector. So as you can see, the power and steam cost in a wet system, that is the ejector system, is almost, sorry gentlemen, I would like to indicate over here that the figures we are discussing over here are all in Indian rupees. So for dollar conversion, you can choose out to divide it by 70, as current rate is 75 against Indian rupee. And in other countries, you can choose the respective currencies to convert them as per your ease. So in power and steam cost, we are almost making 85 lakh rupees of operation cost. The cooling water utility cost is 1.22 crores because we have huge condensers over here and we have huge water requirement. So the cost of water is extensive in these wet systems as compared to the semi-dry pumps. Solvent recovery. There are no solvent recovery in the ejector systems, wet vacuum systems, because the gases, the fluid that is being traveling inside these systems is carrying the vapors with them. So it is very difficult to re-distill the products out of that particular condensate. They do not have any nitrogen or air utility requirement. The maintenance cost is quite high, but reasonable as compared to the mechanical systems. So if we see, so this is the comparison we are talking about with the semi-dry pumps. So if we see semi-dry pumps, the oil assist vacuum pumps are only consuming 18.94%, that is equal to 19% of the total operation cost of the wet system. So you save out on 81% of your operational cost by using Everest oil assist vacuum pumping systems on traditional pumps. Also, as Mr. Rakesh must have highlighted you, the dry screw vacuum pumps that Everest is being manufacturing in India and being the sole and known first company in India to start it. So dry vacuum pumps introduction in replacement of further these wet systems will help you in saving out on 84% of the total operation cost. The dry systems are quite efficient. They offer you 10 times more vacuum as compared to semi-dry pumps even. Yes, the maintenance cost is a little bit on higher side, but the operational cost savings are very well. Coming on to the productivity part. So as you can see, earlier the batch time of 12 hours is now being transformed into 8 hours batch. So now you have in a day, now you can take out 3 batches instead of 2. So you will save out on 1 batch entirely. The quality of the product that you are distilling out under high vacuum is much better than the lower vacuum part. So your smell, viscosity and the color will help you in defining the quality of your oil. Solvent recovery. Whatever be the products that we have discussed, diesel, lube oil, and light lube and heavy lube, all these fractions of the waste oil are being recovered in Everest vacuum pumping systems, being it semi-dry or dry. So we give you approximately 1 crore rupees of saving in recovering the solvent. This cost we have right now considered only for the diesel. So you can see the graph, it is self-indicating that the wet systems are consuming very high operation cost as compared to the Everest vacuum systems of semi-dry and dry. So gentlemen, these are some of the models that we have standardized in our vacuum pumping system range. So we have OSS 1, 2, 2.5, 3 and 4. We have 5 systems standardized and the displacement capacities of each system is 3000, 6300, 10400, 12500 meter cube per hour and 18200 meter cube per hour. In Everest, we have a wide manufacturing setup over here. We have mechanical vacuum boosters ranging from 400 meter cube to 18,200 meter cube per hour, which can help you in achieving the desired displacement in the process, as you can see in front of you. And we have very good vacuum levels being attained in the order of 0.1 to 0.05 torr. We can further improve them if you need them by replacing the oil assist pumps with dry screw vacuum pumps. We have very controlled power consumption. We are saving almost 15 to 20% of the connected power on an average in operations. The systems are very compact and are included with all standard accessories that are needed to make them run efficiently. So as we discussed, the cyclone separator, interstage condensers, interstage cartridge reusable filters, air liquid separator, oil circulation circuit, piping, bellows, ECP, coupling guards, and everything. So it is a fit and plug and play unit, I'll say. So you just need to give us the connection of the process and the electrical wirings, then we can run the machine immediately on site. You can see the footprint area of our systems. This is quite good, and we hope we can get this much space in every plant to fit them best. Along with all these activities, we have now started up with a technical services group, which will help you in designing suitable systems for your processes and giving you more inputs in running your process efficiently, introducing good vacuum pumps, and implementing the right equipments at the right place. So for this, in case you have any of the opinion to be taken from our side, you can please post your concern and the query onto this particular URL. We have very limited seats available and we will serve you on FIFO, first in, first out, first come, first serve basis, and we'll offer you whatever you need as per our experience and expertise. So now I am handing over to Chetna. You are all requested if you have any questions and answers related to the presentation or about the process, feel free to put it in the query Q&A box over here, or you can raise your hand. We'll see if we can allow you to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Nishant, for this wonderful session. And you give a really a good brief about like how this system can how this system can used in a waste oil refining process. Hopefully everyone like this thing, and as Nishant sir told that please put your question in a Q&A box. We are waiting for your questions, and if someone wants to raise their hands, they can raise their hands in a chat box also.
Gentlemen, if you have any queries, myself is comfortable in taking it up in Hindi and English both ways. You can raise your hands. I can answer to the questions, or if you have any process related issues, you can please discuss openly. And we have overseas customers also over here, Mr. Alejandro and Mr. Louis. If you have any queries, Mr. Alejandro, you can please raise your hand. I can allow you to speak on this platform. Okay, thank you, gentlemen, for your precious time on this webinar. We hope you have liked it. We will await your positive comments and feedback onto the webinar sessions. If you have any specific topic for us to present on in front of you, you may please highlight it. And in case of any queries, you can reach out to us through our website or the URL we have given you. So that will be nice of you to do that. Hmm.
Thank you, everybody. Much appreciate your patience and time.
So thank you, everyone. Soon we will come with our next webinar. Definitely we will be in touch with everyone and we will inform you when it will be scheduled. Soon it will be scheduled. So thank you so much, everyone.